Right, so I've got one question for you before we start today. Are you paying attention? Because I want to jump straight into this, but I want to make sure that you switched on as well. You're taking notes, get yourself a pen and paper, whatever it may be, get prepared because it's going to be a valuable one. So the first one is, do not see it as a cold approach. Don't go around being one of these guys that runs around in shopping centres or on the street and just approaching every single possible girl he can because it's a numbers game, bro, and I'm cold approaching, I'm practicing my game. That shit's nerdy. I've never done that in my entire life, and I don't recommend you do it either for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't really want to be known as the guy that just runs around approaching as many girls as possible. It looks a bit desperate, it looks a bit needy, and honestly, you don't really need to do it. It's not necessary. A lot of guys will preach that it's necessary to run around, and it's a numbers game. Get as much experience, get the reps in. But you really don't need to do that. My approach to it is to simply see it as a lifestyle. So when you're going about your life, you walk into the gym, or as you're cycling, whatever it may be, wherever you are, if you see a girl, then you can go and talk to them. Don't run around and make it your life's purpose to approach as many different women as possible, because it's just a bit nerdy, right? So the best, most healthiest mindset, and honestly the one that's going to get you the most results and also maintain your reputation at the same time, is just living your life as you normally will. Go to the gym, go to the boxing gym, go to the park, go to your coffee shop, wherever it is, whatever you're into. When you're going out and about living your life, if you happen to run into a girl and she's attractive, go and talk to her. And I'll talk about what to say in just a second, but another reason why it's just not very good for you is the mindset that it puts you into. If you're running around and you're seeing it as a cold approach, I've got a cold approach, I've got to, rizz them up, I've got to drop some game, I've got to, close and get the number. And it's a skill, don't get me wrong, it is definitely a skill you can level up, but it's definitely not a game that you should be running around trying to complete, okay? It puts you in this anxious mindset of worrying too much about the result. I've got a cold approach, bro, there's a girl over there, she's really attractive, I've got to go and cold approach, and it puts you in this nervous, anxious mindset. Whereas the best way to approach these situations is just to walk through the world and talk to everyone. Be a socialite, be a social individual. Go and talk to the old granny in the park, talk to the hench guy in the gym, and then talk to the attractive women. You just do it all. Talk to everybody. Don't write them off just because they're an attractive girl. Oh, now I have to feel nervous again. It's like when guys ask me, how do I talk to girls? Bro, it's the same way you talk to anyone. It's just human beings. It's the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So don't put yourself in this whole cold approach mindset, because it doesn't do you any favors when it comes to your confidence and when it comes to gearing yourself up to actually go and make the move. Just simply see it as, I'm just going to go and live my life, and if I happen to come across any people, just like you normally would anyway, I'm going to say hello, I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to go and talk to them. If they're receptive, and you can clearly tell, you're seeing the signals, the choosing signals, whatever you want to call them, you're seeing the eye contact, she's smiling, she's flirting, she's very present with you, she doesn't seem like she's trying to rush off, her body language is good. If she's receptive in these areas, then fair enough. At the end of it, you can ask for the number, but stop overcomplicating it, okay? Number two is, don't think about what to say. So when you do finally make the approach and you go over and speak to these people, and I say people for a reason, not just attractive women, okay? Because you want to build up the skill of just being social. So no matter who you're talking to, whether that's over text or whether it's in real life, don't think about what you're going to say. There's not been a moment where I've walked up to somebody and thought, okay, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to say this, and I've got my notebook and I'm going to plan it out. And when she replies with this, then I'm going to hit her with this pickup line. That shit's nerdy, doesn't do anything for you, it's kind of gay. So the best thing to do is walk around and don't think about what to say. Be fully present in the moment, okay? Because this adapts and it increases your skill of being witty, of being funny, being flirtatious, charming, etc. It allows you to think on the spot without having to stutter and worry about too much what you're going to say. The day that you have watched this video, try that again. From this moment forwards, I want you to practice being present in the moment and not thinking before you speak, okay? But you might say, well, isn't that a bad thing? What if I accidentally insult somebody? Or what if I make a mistake? Or what if I do something that I regret later? Fair enough if you are the type of person that already has those traits. But in your situation, you're most likely an introvert, hence why you struggle with speaking to women. So you don't have to worry about, what if I say something wrong? What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I talk too much? What if I say something I'm going to regret? You don't have to worry about this. You as an individual, you need to start to act more extroverted, not more introverted. Don't worry about what you're going to say. You need to act more extroverted. And it really is a case of simply, whatever you act like, your mind will start to believe that is who you are. You can feel anxious inside, but if you act confident, if you talk, if you hold up the room when you speak, when people look at you, if you smile, your eye contact, you're charismatic. If you act in this confident way, you will start to feel and believe that you are a confident individual. So number 3 is measure success by what you can control and not by the girl's reaction. So what a lot of guys will do is they'll go and approach a girl, it'll go okay, decent, she's not really that receptive, and then he'll ask for the number and she'll say something like, oh, I've got a boyfriend, or I'm not interested, or she'll blatantly just say no. Fucking gunshots outside my house, nice. Happy New Year. This fits in perfectly with my point. Don't focus on what you can't control. There's fireworks going off in the background. I'm midway through recording. I can't control that. We just got to roll with it. I'll focus on what I can control. And you have to do the same thing in your situations when you are talking to women. If you have decided to take the action and go over and speak to her, even though you felt anxious and nervous, that is a success. The outcome is completely irrelevant because you cannot control it. Maybe her dog's just died. Maybe she actually does have a boyfriend. Maybe she's busy, maybe she's not in the mood today. Maybe she can sense that you're trying to flirt with her and she just can't be bothered. It could be anything, right? Maybe she's on a period. You don't know these things. So by you only focusing on what you can control, which is the act of going over and talking to her and trying your absolute best, and that is it, not giving in to fear. That's all that you can control. Whether she says yes and gives you her number, or whether she says no and rejects you, is completely out of your control. So that doesn't matter. That is no measure of success, you understand? So if you have gone over and spoke to a girl, you have succeeded regardless of the outcome. Keep that in mind because that's what puts a lot of guys off. Oh, I got rejected. So you still won. You still succeeded. You tried. It's experience. It's XP on the board. It's practice. And that is how you get to the position where you can effortlessly just talk and basically drop game, if you want to call it that, with any girl that you come into contact with, no matter how attractive you perceive her to be. I didn't get in the position that I'm in today where I'm literally teaching you how to do this stuff with this knowledge and with this confidence and with the ability to speak without stuttering. I didn't get in this position by just hoping it got better or running away from rejections. I got in this position by putting myself out there, by practicing, by gaining experience, going on dates, fucking things up, right? The amount of embarrassing and awkward stories I could tell you. But that's what's made me who I am today. So you need to start embracing those rejections, embracing those failures. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it's the only way that you're gonna actually get to a position that you're happy with. So if you're gonna take anything from this, get out there, go and practice and stop overthinking things. I have guys ask me all the time, what does it mean if she looks away after 2.5 seconds of looking at me? What does it mean if she gives me a half smile? Like all this weird overthinking shit. Don't be like one of those guys. Keep it simple. Be a normal, functioning human being. Don't be a nerd. Stop watching these red pill cold approach videos. You don't want to be one of these guys that walks around the fucking shopping mall cold approaching girls anyway. It's fucking weird. It's incel behavior, so stop it. Just be a normal, functioning guy. And I guarantee you, speak normally. Don't think about what you're going to say. Just have a nice, start off platonic. A nice, friendly conversation. Go and introduce yourself. Get to know her a little bit. Be genuinely interested in what she's about. What does she do for a living? What's she doing in this gym? How long has she been going here? Just be interested. Stop thinking so much about yourself and put the energy more into the other person you're actually talking to. Be a bit funny, be witty. Maybe crack some jokes here and there. Tease the girl a little bit, be a bit playful. Just don't take yourself too seriously is the most important advice I can give you. And if you start to implement what I've told you in this video, I guarantee 100% that your cold approach game will go through the roof and your results will also increase. So if you want to learn the full guide to mastering attraction, seduction, your sexual mastery as well, then there is a video course down below and there is also a coaching link down below. You can pick which one you want. The sexual mastery course will transform your sex life. The coaching will deal with any small problems you may be struggling with, any weaknesses that you've got, any little blocks that you've got that need ticking off, such as confidence issues, fear, relationship issues. It could be anything, insecurities, doesn't matter what it is. If there's a struggle in your life right now, if there's a problem that you are struggling with that you can't seem to bypass, that's what the coaching's for. Don't click the links, go and check it out. Guarantee it will change your life. In 2024, we're going to take over. Look after yourselves and I'll see you soon. Boom.